Hey everybody, my name is Joe, and I am really happy to be here with you today, continuing this practice series that we're in the middle of. We've been talking about giving practices in this season, and we're learning how to live a life of giving together as a community. Jesus modeled this for us and reminds us with the words, "Freely you have received, freely give." And today we're talking about giving and being generous with the poor. There are tons of scriptures that talk about this, and it ranges from encouraging the poor to defending the poor, and it even talks about how God lifts them up. Jesus mentions this in Luke 12, where he says, "Sell your possessions and give to those in need." And I want to highlight another passage for us today out of Luke, where Jesus is talking about loving our enemies. And right in the middle of it, he says, "Give to everyone who asks of you. If anyone takes what belongs to you, don't demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. And if you lend to those whom you expect repayment from, what credit is that to you? Even sinners do that. But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend without expecting anything back. Then your reward will be great. Be merciful, just as the Father is merciful." See, when we're generous with our time and our energy towards the poor, or even towards anyone that we might consider our enemy or just someone that's tough to love, we're taking things up a notch. And when we do good to them, as Jesus puts it, not only do we get a great reward, but we're following in the example of the Father in heaven who is merciful to us. So what would it look like for you to step into this week? Be generous with your time and attention in some way towards the poor. And if you show up, ask good questions, and serve them in some way, it can lead to conversations or opportunities that are not only loving, but also allow us to understand and get to know people's needs better instead of just assuming that we already know what they need. Maybe there's somebody that God wants to highlight to you right now that you've already noticed has some needs, and you just haven't gotten around to do anything about it yet. Well, this is the perfect week to practice that, and that's what we're going to be doing together. So I want to encourage you to step into this with us, and I cannot wait to hear your stories afterwards. Thanks. See you next time.